Position, position, position. Inflation, inflation, inflation. Why I see this position, position? Why I see this inflation, inflation? The world is on panic right now because the world is under inflation. Why it's inflation? When inflation, the price goes up. The petrol, the commodities, the food, the price goes up. Why? Because the bank cannot print out paper money without gold reserve. Yes, that is why it's called inflation. The world is on panic right now because they couldn't find the supply. There's shortage of supply, scarcity of gold supply. Now, Africa is the main supplier of precious metal from cocoa, coffee, bauxite, emerald, diamond, and so forth. Africa is rich on natural resources. Like Nigeria, they are rich on oil. Right. Look at on the map of Africa on my platform. Africa, 98% precious metal coming from different part of Africa. Africa have 54 country, part of Africa. There is north, east, central, and west. Now I am marketing the production produced from West Africa, Mali, Conakry, and Sierra Leone. So I am also giving you an educational information worth $1 million. Now, Mr. Buyer, we are here to do business with you. I don't need to deal with time waster or joker broker. I don't need it. Most of the joker broker, they come to Wilhelmina every day. I have 100 emails every day. My phone ring, ring, ring. My WhatsApp click, cling, cling, cling. They wanted to know the gold, but they are not a buyer. They are just a time waster. And I told them, how did you meet Wilhelmina? Oh, Wilhelmina, I saw you on YouTube channel and your Facebook. Go back and read. Because everything is on this video. Every video. The extensive procedure are all the same. Whether you buy gold in Mali, Conakry, Sierra Leone, whether you buy diamond or whatever, it's still the same. You need an export documentation. On diamond, you need a Kimberley certificate that diamond is free of blood diamond. Right. Now, when you enter into Africa, Mr. Buyer, you need to be vaccinated. Do not travel without vaccination because of the Omicron virus. I have already first dose, second dose, and booster. I am ready to travel with this particular buyer. Right, so, Mr. Buyer, I know you're hungry of supply. Dubai is hungry of supply. There is no gold in Dubai. Dubai is a hub. Dubai is the main source of jewelry. They buy gold in Africa. They manufacture and smelt it into necklace, wedding ring, and earrings, and etc. So where the gold coming from? Africa. So I'm just giving you an insight. Now let's talk about business, Mr. Buyer. The price of gold today is 1,813.13 per ounce. You multiply that, 32.15 equals 58,295.01. But don't bank on it because the price of gold, it changes every half an hour or every hour. I'm just giving you an update. So I'm giving you the link. So click on the link on the gold world price. You will see the movement of the gold. Right. Now, the price of gold is 58,295.01 per kilo. That is the world market demand. Now, you are buying unrefined. You are not buying refined because that refined is $58,000, no discount. So, the raw materials is coming from Africa. You cannot make the gold jewelry without raw material. So you are buying raw material called Dore bar, 22 plus, which is 23 carats. The purity is 96, 97.5. It depends on every bar. That is why you have to test the gold to a particular country. Now, I would know which seller I'm going to put you when you convince Wilhelmina that you are really a buyer. So if you are not a buyer, if you're just window shopping, that's fine. You just pay attention listening to this video. After this video, you click below, it says show more. You will read more extensive full corporate offer. Now I'm going to shorten, Mr. Buyer. The price of gold today is 58, right? Our selling price is LME less 8%. Right. So, the selling price is 53,390 on less 8%. So, Mr. Buyer, which one do you prefer? Tell me what price are you looking for? Because gold is not cheap. You're gonna say, oh, Wilhelmina, I wanna buy 45. No. 45 is 12 carats. Oh, Wilhelmina, I wanna buy gold for 35. That is 10 carats. You're buying 22 carats. So can you see the difference, Mr. Buyer? And I will give you the difference from 24 to 21, 22, and 14 and 18, the price of gold. So that you're gonna have an idea. Right? Does anybody explain to you like this, Mr. Buyer? None whatsoever. Even the seller. I done my own research in order to provide the international buyer the real price of gold. Now, Mr. Buyer, our selling price is LME less 8%. Now, you're gonna say, oh, well, I mean, not too expensive. Of course, you're buying expensive item. You walk into a shop that their item very expensive. You have to pay for it, right? And you're buying money to make money here. Money cannot be bargained, right? Your paper money has no value if there is no solid money. Why? The central bank cannot print paper money if there was no gold reserve, if there is no gold reserve. The jewelry manufacturer cannot perform his business if there is no gold supply. He's going to buy Dore bar in order to re-smelt to make into jewelry. The medical company, they cannot make it into full state if there is no gold to purchase. The mobile phone manufacturer, they cannot make into SIM card if there is no gold. So gold is a very, very important. There is a saying, he who has the gold makes the rules. The government is making the rules, not me. I'm just putting the rules of the country in order for you, Mr. Buyer, to understand that you have to follow. There is no credit. Africa doesn't accept credit. Gold is not for credit. Money is not for credit. Right? So I hope you understand what I'm saying, Mr. Buyer. Now, if I'm going to travel with you because I am charging you my extra service. Now you're gonna say, oh, Wilhelmina, why I'm gonna pay extra service? Well, you're buying $500,000 here. You must remember, you need this lady in front of you to assist you on the ground. Because if I am not around, Africans are fickle-minded. African sellers are fickle-minded. They don't care about you. Yeah, they don't care about you. They will only care for short term. I am caring with you for a long term. I am giving you free information already worth $1 million. But when I travel with you, yes, I do charge my extra service to cover my transport, my travel cost from Australia to Africa, from Australia for my accommodation, etc., etc. Now, when I charge you my travel cost, it's peanut because you're spending $500,000 here. Yeah? Minimum 10 kilos is $500,000 or $540,000. Now, when I travel with you, instead you're getting 8%, I am going to give you extra 2% or even extra 3% to cover the charges that I've given you. At the end of the day, you are a winner. Now you're gonna say, well, Amina, what is the tax? Our selling price is tax included already on the price. I was the one who told my seller, let us put the tax into gold price. The tax is 7%. Now, I'm giving you an example. Don't bank on it because you have not confirmed. I'm just giving you a pre-approval. The price of gold today is 58,295. Okay? 58,295.01. The tax on the world, the government will tax the seller, okay, of 7% times 7%. So the tax on every bar is 4,000, right? 4,080.65. This is the tax on every bar times 10. This is the tax. The tax is 40,806 on the 10 kilos on 7%. So the government will tax the seller, will say, the seller, this is the tax that you have to charge the buyer. I'll give you an example. You live in Australia or you live in America. Here in Australia, I live in Queensland. I buy groceries. They wouldn't tell me, oh, you pay taxes. They will just add a 10% government sales tax. Whatever the item plus government sales tax, then subtotal. To me, I'm explaining you so that when you arrive on the ground, there would be no surprises. I should not tell you this. I feel sorry for you because you have been duped before, you have been scammed before. I refrain using scam because the word scam is deceived. You were being deceived before. I was being deceived by the buyer as well. And I was being deceived by the seller as well. Seller in Ghana. I fired all of my sellers in Ghana. I was deceived by my own seller in Conakry. I have 3 sellers in Conakry. I fired Mineral Consulting Group of Company. It doesn't matter if he is my seller. I have a transaction successful with them when I was there, but because of the lockdown, I didn't travel with the buyer. Abdul and Al-Haji, he saved the buyer. The buyer lost $200,000 because the gold was being confiscated because the export documentation was not complete. So I warned the buyer that if I am not around and if there is an issue, I wouldn't be able to sort it out. I did sort it out by long distance and keep on calling, and I spent bloody money already, and I have not even paid by the buyer because I am very kind and generous. The buyer said, oh, I will pay when the gold in my hand. Yes, he did carry 1 kilo. I'm just giving you an example. He hand carried a 1 kilo to Asia to Korea. He was extremely happy because the result of the gold is 97%. And the 4 kilos was been followed. And I said to John Lim from Korea, why did you allow Mineral Consulting to give you 1 kilo? What you purchase, what you get. I scolded my seller, bloody hell, why you do that? You should give the 5 kilos because the buyer paid already $250,000. That is the reason why I always share with you the experience. I am not a scammer because I never scam anybody. I was being screwed by my own seller. That is why I fired Mineral Consulting Group of Company. Now in Conakry, I have 3 sellers. I fired 1. I have only 2 sellers left. But I need to be with you, Mr. Buyer. Don't travel without Wilhelmina. Don't. If you cannot afford, good luck. Good luck. Because I am going to charge you my travel cost, whether you like it or not. If you cannot afford, good luck. Go somewhere else. Maybe someone will offer you gross. Good luck. Because believe me, when you arrive on that particular country, there would be a surprise. I'll give you an example again. When I was in Ghana 2013, there was a gentleman having a breakfast in the hotel where I stay. And I introduced myself because I'm a foreigner. I'm not African, I'm a foreigner. I'm Australian, but I was born in Asia. So I introduced myself, good day. So when I say good day, he said, oh, you're from Australia. I said, how do you know? Oh, well, Australian fan of say good day. Is that correct? I'm from Brisbane, Australia. So when I introduced my name, you know what the gentleman say? Oh my gosh, I know you. I said, where? Well, Amina, I was been chatting with you on LinkedIn. I said, really? And he's in Ghana. Uh-huh. And I told him, if you've been chatting with me on LinkedIn, how come? You're here. He has a problem. His gold didn't arrive. Mhm. You know what? He was asking for CIF. See? So I was been talking and talking to him, having breakfast in the same table. And he has a representative, a white guy, just like a gypsy to me. If you are representing your buyer as a broker, you have to wear nice clothes. He's haggard, a long beard, long hair. To me, he's haggard. When you are in business, you need to wear nice clothes, right? I said to this buyer that he was being screwed. I told him, oh, your representative is just like the gypsy to me. Yes. You know, I'm very blunt. I'm very frank. It's better to be blunt rather than to be deceitful. Mr. Buyer, don't be deceitful. Because I'm telling you, you're gonna fail. When I accompany you, Mr. Buyer, I want you to stay with me D1 and to the end. And you can talk to my seller. I don't have any issue. But don't go behind my back. Yes? I had already experienced several times. So what happened? The buyer was excited. They want to do business with my seller. That's fine. But how did it happen? The buyer have a discussion privately. He asked for CIF. So the seller, yeah. After that, the buyer just gave the money and he didn't get the item. Can you imagine that? So that is why I'm always very blunt. It's better to be blunt rather than to hide things. Most of the buyers and the brokers, they hate my guts. Why? Because I'm very blunt. It's better to be straightforward rather than to make a mistake. Because to make a mistake, it costs money. Look at the mineral consulting. I told Alhaji and Abdul, 5 months warning. I want you to replace the gold. If you cannot replace, I'm going to put you on the social domain. Every time I have a live video, I always use this as an example. So, mineral consulting lost Wilhelmina because I fired my own seller. I don't care if he has plenty of gold. I am on customer service. But the buyer from Korea, he did not pay my extra service. He cannot afford because he has only limited cash. Yeah, I organized the visa. I monitor his movement. But I told him, when there is an issue, I'm too far. I was right. So Mineral Consulting lost Wilhelmina, Alhaji, Tangkura, and Abdul. I told Abdul, this is my last warning. I will put your name on the social media and I will announce it that you have been fired by Wilhelmina. Yes? Now in Conakry, I have 2 sellers left. I warn these 2 sellers. When I come, make sure that everything must be on the spot. Now in Conakry, Mr. Baya, the government is very strict because the government is losing money. Their president, Mr. Kondi, has been Ousted now, this is a new administration. You cannot take the gold out of the country without full payment. Bank to bank. From your bank account to the seller's bank account. I will give you my seller's bank account when you send me a letter of intent to purchase coming from you on your company letterhead. This is what you're gonna do, Mr. Buyer. Wilhelmina, I watch your video. You're very frank and you're blunt. Correct. I am very blunt. I done it purposely because I want you to rectify your mistake. I want to rectify your mistake. So on your company letterhead, Wilhelmina, this is my requirement. 22 plus carats. The purity is 96.97. The mode of payment, Wilhelmina, CIF, immediately your letter of intent would be rejected, will be on the wheelie bin. Because I already mentioned it. This is FOB. So if you're gonna say, okay, the mode of payment, FOB, I want the gold to be taken to Dubai or America or whatsoever. So you have to send it to me first for my validation. So you already saw what necessary requirement you are looking to secure gold, and the export documentation that you need is on this video. So when you send me the LOI, you're ready. So I need your business registration, a copy, passport copy, importation license on gold, right? And the proof of fund, the value of 10 kilos, right? Stating that you have standby available fund. Then I would believe. Then I will advise my head office. I will determine which seller I'm going to put you. I will determine either Mali, Conakry, or Sierra Leone, because I'm going to gather your vital information. So when I receive it, I validated, I will make a phone calls. Mr. Bayo, is this your letter of intent? I would like to see you live video call. I want to see you before I'm going to meet you in the airport on that particular country. Right. So, you will receive a letter of confirmation from my head office. We will send you the company profile of my seller, mining license of the seller, export license of the seller. Right. Because you already provide me who you are. So the contract would be sent to you to review it and sign it. When you sign it, then we will issue the landing visa for you. Ready to fly together with Wilhelmina. I will meet you on the ground. Right? So your order has to be reserved prior to your arrival. So there is a cost of, as a report, $100 per kilo. So on 10 kilos, you prepare to pay $1,000. Right? Now you're gonna say, Wilhelmina, how about the tax? I already explained it to you. Our selling price, less 8%, tax included. Right? So the tax is $40,000 on the 10 kilos. We waive it, you save $40,000 already. So, if I'm going to travel with you because I am charging you my extra service, right? I will ask my seller to give you a leeway. I will ask my seller to grant my request to give you extra 2% or 3% to cover my expenses. So at the end of the day, you are a winner. So don't be confused, Mr. Buyer. So you're gonna say, oh, Wilhelmina, why should I pay? Well, you can travel by yourself. I will arrange the contract and the landing visa. You travel by yourself. But if there is an issue, don't blame Wilhelmina. Don't. Because I'm too far. It's better you spend money to make money. My extra service is peanuts. Huh? I will discuss this with you when you come for conference. Yes? Because I'm not giving you my free service to travel to pay my own expenses. At the end of the day, you will get the profit anyway. Yeah. If you don't want to pay my extra service, you can travel less 8%. $53,000. Yeah? So which one you like, Mr. Buyer? You pay my extra service, or I'll give you extra 2 or 3% to cover my charge to you. Because I'm going to charge you. Yes, my extra service. Yeah. So which one you like, Mr. Buyer? Think about it. You're gonna say, "Oh, why should I pay?" Well, everything is not for free in this world. You're lucky to meet Wilhelmina. I'm giving you free information worth $1 million. I'll give you an example, Mr. Buyer. I purchased goods and I brought it to DHL. Yeah? And DHL itemized how much is every item I purchase. I purchased goods to send overseas to my brother and sister, right? The value of $450. Huh? So the DHL itemized how much? You know how much the DHL charged the shipping cost? 150. I don't have any complaint. And the insurance is $45. I have to insure because the goods might be stolen. So I need to make sure that my goods would arrive to my loved one. It arrives. 3 working days. It arrives because DHL 3 to 5 working days. And my brother opened and I took a picture what item was inside because I'm very thorough. You know what my brother say? You are very, very thorough, my love. What you send me on WhatsApp, the item inside on the box, exactly the same. Yeah? You have no idea this woman you're dealing with, Mr. Buyer. I'm just giving you an example. Now you're gonna say, "Oh, I wanna buy gold brings to brings." Yes, there's no issue. You have to pay first the gold so that the seller can provide the export documentation to Brinks because Brinks would not accept without documentation like asset report, gold is free of illegal activities, ownership, airway insurance, custom clearance. Without that, Brinks would not accept it. So you have to pay first the gold before we're gonna hand over to Brinks. Is that make sense, Mr. Baya? So don't be confused. To me, it's very clear and simple. Yeah. My seller didn't explain it to me. I was the one who asked my seller what are necessary requirements. Very clear and simple. You cannot take this precious item without paperwork. Yes. Do you want to smuggle it? Do you want to be arrested? Well, go for it if you want to be arrested. You're asking cheap price, then you are a smuggler. Right. You're asking cheap price, then you're a scammer. Scammer means you're deceiving yourself. And the seller will deceive you. Both of you are deceitful. But when I'm with you, you will not be deceived because I want to rectify all the mistake in Africa. Africa has been tarnished by international buyer. And the seller is the one who tarnishes his own country as well. There's so many offer on the internet. Go for it, Mr. Buyer. I wish you good luck. Go for it. I have already bad experience. The sophisticated buyers are liars. Yeah, blah, blah, blah. There was a contract that we have 2020, the value of $135 million. Is an African American live in America. He's a very boastful. We've been waiting for 90 days. When I discovered he's going to use the contract to borrow money in the bank would not give him $135 million into his bank account without proper documentation from the seller. I myself advised the seller, let us crush the contract. This buyer, what a waste of time. He is a time waster. He failed. Now his consultant come to me again. I said, no, I'm not interested to deal with. Now, they wanted to get gold in Conakry, and I told this consultant, Conakry has changed. You will not get gold in Conakry unless you show the proof of fund again. I know the buyer, but I would not mention. He's a bloody architect, but he doesn't have the money. He's going to leverage. You can leverage this gold, you have to have a capital. You can leverage it. You pay first your order, then you can sell it to your own customer. You get the profit. That's your business. Our business is cash business. Mr. Bayo, I think I already explained to you. I would like to recap, okay, so that you would understand. Your letter of intent to purchase is very, very important for us to know who you are. That is the reason why Wilhelmina is in front of you. I have several video exactly the same the procedure. The reason why I'm on live because I am giving you the update of the gold price on the world market. Now today is 19. On your end, you're still 18. Now I'm going to go to my laptop to see the price of gold today. Just bear with me because the price of gold changes every half an hour. Just bear with me. It's still the same the price, Mr. Buyer. It's still the same. So take advantage because there is a prediction. The price of gold today is 58 to 50.16. A few seconds ago, 58 to 95.01. Now it is here 58 to 50.16. So secure now while you can still afford. Don't be scared with Wilhelmina because Wilhelmina is very kind and generous. But as I've said to you, when I travel with you to accompany you, to assist you, my services is not for free. I have to charge you to cover my travel cost. If you are paying your consultant, that is your job. But I have to be with your consultant. I have to be because I want you to be assisted by Wilhelmina. Yeah? Your consultant, when he arrive on the ground, he gonna have a conflict of interest. He doesn't care about you. He will only care about how much his commission to get. My seller is paying my work. I'm telling you, frankly, my work is not for free. I'm very kind and generous. I advertise, I spend money for advertisement. Yeah, I advertise that Africa has gold. Africa has diamond. But do you think I'm going to give you free services when I travel with you? I don't think so. Big no. If you cannot afford, well, good luck. Go somewhere else. You never know, you might find someone can offer you fake offer. There's so many fake offer. Just remember that. There are. When the seller offer you cheap price, that is gross. He would not tell you that. He wouldn't. That's just like a buyer. He said, I was offered $48,000 in Wilhelmina. He sent his representative in Sierra Leone. He didn't get it. And then he searched on YouTube channel, he found this beautiful lady. But this beautiful lady is very strict and very blunt. It's better to be blunt rather than to deceive you. I am not going to deceive you. Do not deceive yourself. You can afford? Pay for it. I am here. I am your business tour guide. Can you understand that, Mr. Baya? You go on the travel agent, you're going to be charged as well. You go to your lawyer's office, you're going to be charged. I am only charging you to cover my travel cost. That is peanuts. Yeah. You're going to say, Wilhelmina, how much is your extra service? I will tell you when you come for video conference. If I mention it now, you might fall over on your chair. Yes. I want you to come to talk to Wilhelmina. Read first the full corporate offer. Click below, subscribe on my YouTube channel. Then when you come for conference, I will tell you how much my extra service to accompany you. You might fall over on your chair if I'll mention now. Don't be fall over in your chair because you're spending $500,000 here. Right? You're gonna see, do you think I'm gonna have a profit, Wilhelmina? Yes, you do. you will get the profit. But only 10 kilos, you don't get much profit. But when you increase your order, Mr. Buyer, I'll give you an example. You $540,000. You put that in the bank. The interest rate is 3%. Right? Your profit, if you were really a good trader, your profit on every bar is $6,000 because I'm giving you extra 3% because I'm charging you. So at the end of the day, you recover the money that I'm going to charge you because I've given you 3 extra percent. But if you cannot afford, I will not give you 3% extra. You pay 8%, you travel by yourself. I will arrange landing visa for you to go to my head office. But who is going to help you to renegotiate? Right. Can you understand that, Mr. Baya? So, your profit $6,000 times 10. Your profit is $60,000. Yeah. My extra service is peanuts. On $60,000, 6,000 times 10. Okay, this is your profit. Okay, just a moment. 6,000 times 10. This is your profit on 10 kilos. And then you're gonna say, I don't have any much profit. That is rubbish. I've given you extra 3% because I'm gonna charge you my travel cost. In return, I'm giving back the 3% to you. You got my point here, Mr. Baya? Yeah. Yeah? Then my charge is so you still have a profit of $45,000 because that is minus my extra service. You got my point, Mr. Baya? If you don't comprehend, maybe you didn't go to school. Yeah. Very clear and simple. The seller would not explain to you like this, Mr. Baya. I'm telling you. No such seller. They just say, hey, here's my gold. Pay, pay, pay. I am with you. Okay? I am with you in order to assist you so that you will come back. You are using my services. I am not dealing with brokers. We don't pay double commission here. We don't. Okay? Because I want you to get the profit. That's why I given you 3 extra percent. Which one you like? 8%? You travel alone. Yeah? And if there is an issue, Wilhelmina would not be with you. So think about it. Which one you like? 8% or I'll give you 11%. Huh? Whatever the price on the world market. Think about it. I think it's very clear, really. Very, very clear. The seller would not explain to you like this, I'm telling you. So that's all I can tell you, Mr. Baya. That's the reason why I'm here because I had a conference that I explained to him, still he cannot comprehend. I will summarize again. My extra service is not for free. I've given you extensive full corporate offer. It's free, worth $1 million. But when I travel to be with you, is no longer for free. I have to be straightforward with you, Mr. Baya. Okay? Do not travel without Wilhelmina. If you're very courageous, go for it. You travel. And I expect you will fail. There are so many buyers knows me. And they went to Sierra Leone, they went to Mali, they went to Conakry, they fell. Can you imagine one of the prominent guy, he saw my profile on my YouTube channel. He's an ex-ambassador. And he sent me his profile. He's a retired ex-ambassador. They wanted gold in Europe. And I told this guy, read it first. And he said he will forward this to his secretary. You know what his secretary? asking double commission, I turn it down. So I sent this ex ambassador a private message. I told him, read first, tell your secretary, we don't pay double commission. We give you a discount. It's up to you. It's up for you to pay your people to travel. I have to be straightforward. Yeah. So this gold business is a boys' club. I am a fighter. I used to be in real estate. I work with the boys. They underestimate the woman. You cannot underestimate this woman. Because I've been in marketing for bloody 36 years. Buying and selling exactly the same. You pay for it. We have the products, you pay for it. Does that make sense, Mr. Buyer? Thank you very much. Have a pleasant good afternoon. Again, after you listen to this video, click below, subscribe on my YouTube channel. And there is a link. You click on the link, you will see more what available on my platform on my Facebook. Thank you very much. Have a pleasant good afternoon. I shall meet you. By the way, Mr. Buyer, I am traveling next month. Book your trip, plan your order, because I don't want to distract my trip. Next month I would be in West Africa. Thank you very much.